Hey, what is up, guys? Sorry this news is coming at you a little bit late. I was off in the land of enchantment up there in northern Canada, so I couldn't really get to it. But now that it's been a couple days, I figure I'm just going to talk about it. If you guys want to hear what I have to say, well, stick around regarding the news for Thor Ragnarok, of course, some of the casting, my speculation, and so forth. So let's start off with what we know. We know that they officially have a director and that the movie is coming at us next November, which makes it the third Marvel movie for 2017, of course starting their whole thing of 3 movies a year. So the first thing I want to talk about is obviously we got some conceptual art, and along with it we got the casting of Cate Blanchett. Now I should say it has not been confirmed if she is in fact going to play the person we see in the conceptual art, and of course this is Hela. But it should be noted that I think this is who she is obviously casting. They just have not confirmed it to us yet. Now, if this is the case, and I think she is in fact going to be playing her, she is of course the ruler of Hell. Now, of course, this leads many, including myself, to start questioning, well, are they actually going to fully deal on with the fallout of what happens in Thor the Dark World, where, of course, at the end, we saw that Loki was posing as Odin. And I would assume this is the case, and I am also going to assume that she has, of course, been brought in by Loki to release, well, Ragnarok on everything. And I also think it is pretty damn awesome that she is in fact going to be a female villain. I think that's pretty awesome. I think Cate Blanchett can absolutely, carry this movie all by herself if she need be. So that's definitely comforting knowing that they have a great actress. Now, there is, of course, some speculation that Cate Blanchett might not be playing her and that she could, in fact, be playing Enchantress, which I will talk about in a little bit. To me, personally, I do not see her as an Enchantress, so I'm not going to even, try to speculate on that one. I see Enchantress being someone a little bit younger, but that's just me. Now, also joining this cast is Tessa Thompson. Now, she, of course, if you guys are not familiar, was recently in the film Creed, which is an absolutely amazing movie, and you guys should totally be checking that movie out. And she is going to play the Asgardian hero, Valkyrie. Now, there is no news on what type of role she is going to be having, but we can all assume by if we've read the comics and know anything about her that she will of course be a warrior in this also. And yes, of course, let me make a note of it. I know people will talk about it. I did not mind when they cast Idris Elba as Heimdall. I thought that was amazing casting and I'm super excited. The fact that they're doing a race change here does not bother me in the slightest, and I cannot wait to see it because she is an absolutely amazing actress, and I think she's going to deliver on this role more than most people are expecting. Now, this next one, and you guys, if you're fans of CBC, know I am a huge fan of this actor, is of course Karl Urban has been added to the cast, and he is going to be playing none other than the Executioner. Now, of course, he is a Asgardian warrior who uses a magical axe, and he is usually portrayed as a villain. Now, of course, having Executioner with this will automatically tip off a lot of people to his partnership with, typically him going hand in hand with Enchantress, which is why a lot of people are bringing up the Enchantress as could she be one of the players. Like I said, I personally don't think she is, as the Marvel Cinematic Universe is prone to changes and they're known for switching things up from the comics. So honestly, I think he is just going to be a version of the Executioner. Now, how far they go down into it and how many, things they might change or amalgamate from different characters remains to be seen, but I've been wanting to see the Executioner since they announced the original Thor movie, so I'm definitely excited that it's, of course, played by Karl Urban, which means in my end of the year awards for 2017, my yearly Urban Award still goes to Karl Urban, so thumbs up. Now, here is the most interesting casting, and this one, I think there's a lot to talk about. So, we of course have Jeff Goldblum, who is of course from Jurassic Park, Independence Day, and one of the finest movies of all time, The Fly, and he is now officially joining the MCU as the Grandmaster. Now, the Grandmaster is one of these elder characters who, of course, they have hinted at and, explained to us in some way, shape, or another in Guardians of the Galaxy, of course, going hand in hand with Benicio del Toro's The Collector. Now, at one time, this character in the comics even possessed one of the Infinity Stones. So could that be the way they are going to be playing it up with this? And could he be somehow involved in retrieving one of these stones? And there are also reports out there saying that Goldblum has signed on to more movies than just Thor Ragnarok. So could this be hinting at his involvement in Infinity War or somewhere else down the road, somehow involving him with the Infinity Stone? We'll find out as it gets closer to the release of the movie. So there it is, all the new casting. So now I'm going to do a bit of my own speculating, and you guys can note me on this, and we'll see how close I get to the maybe final product that's going to hit the screen. So my prediction is we are, of course, going to join in to Thor in the middle of action. He's going to be, still trying to go through the realms and everything, cleaning up some of the messes that have been left behind. And Odin will have been making some strange choices. Odin, of course, being Loki. He will then inevitably find out that Loki is in fact, posing as his father, but he's going to get banished, and this is when Loki's going to bring hell all across in Ragnarok, and everything's going to start storming. As Thor is banished and has no way back in, he's going to go to Earth. He's going to recruit Bruce Banner, as he needs a mindless beast who can take endless punching. He's going to align himself with Valkyrie, and they're going to work with Heimdall, who will let them back in. At that point, they'll start this giant fight, and Infinity Stone will somehow get brought into this. We're going to see Hulk absolutely smash everything, and it's going to be pretty damn awesome. That's at least my prediction. So hopefully this video gave you guys an idea of who these characters are, how I think they'll be used, and where we go on from here. So I'll see you guys, I guess, in the next Thor news, which hopefully they don't just drop it all at once again. It's kind of a little too much to cover in one video.